Assalamualaikum to our panel. Today, our team members would like to present our final year project that we have done research. The title for our project that is Perception of Domestic Tourists Towards Heritage Tourism in Langkawi. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce our team members. First, my name is Muhammad Irfan bin Abdul Kani. Second, Badrul Amin bin Ahmad. And the last, Faris Iskandar bin Muhammad Asri. For background of study, we choose Langkawi for that place we do our research. Langkawi Island is located in the northern part of West Malaysia, in the northern part of the Strait of Malacca, about 30 km away from Kuala Perlis, 51.5 km from Kuala Kedah. Today, tourism has become a well-known industry on the island. This greatly promotes the development of local communities, especially in terms of providing greater economic benefit for the country. With this development, Langkawi Island has become more and more active in promoting its popularity.
Is the problem statement. The first problem is MCO. The order of MCO is often referred to in the local and international media as a lockdown. MCO measures include restriction on international movement, exempt and mandate the closure of business, industry, government, and educational institutions to curb the spread the virus that caused COVID-19. During the MCO, Malaysia Minister of Art and Culture Tourism YB Datuk Seri Haji Nancy Sukri took the initiative by implementing the travel bubble program. Those who are fully vaccinated will be obtain a yellow profile on the MySejahtera app and will be potentially be allowed to certain freedom and privileges. As we know, before pandemic, Langkawi is popular for island tourism, nature, shopping tourism, and heritage tourism. Next problem is how would authenticity and novelty perceive potential tourists in Langkawi, able to attract them. This study would implicative help to increase the community knowledge about heritage in addition to increase the number of tourists coming to heritage area in Langkawi. Next is a research objective. First, to examine the effect of perception of the authenticity of heritage attraction in Langkawi on intention to visit among domestic tourists. Second, to examine the effect of perception of the novelty of heritage attraction in Langkawi on intention to visit among domestic tourists. For the research question, first, what is the effect of perception of the authenticity of heritage attraction in Langkawi on intention to visit domestic tourists? Second, what is the effect of perception of the novelty of heritage attraction in Langkawi on intention to visit among domestic tourists?
Okay, next is we have theoretical framework. Here we have two variables. First is independent variable and second is dependent variable. Independent variable we have two, which is authenticity and novelty. For the dependent variable we have intention to visit.
Next is literature review and research hypothesis. Authenticity. According to Wu 2019, in terms of heritage tourism, how do the authenticity of visitor perception affect their subjective well-being through the mediating effect of place attachment and certification? Next is novelty. Novelty from the Latin novus new refers to the quality that is new of closer, follow, striking, original, or unusual. Novelty may be the common experience of new cultural phenomena, or it may be the subjective perception of individual, according to Troy A. Volker 2001. Next, heritage tourism. Heritage is a contemporary process with which human society interact and use its past, and tourism is a recognized part of this process. Domestic tourists, a person who travel to place of attraction or participate in tourism activity, visit a country as resident for at least a period 24 hours, but not more than 256 days. study focused on the intention to visit among Malaysian tourists in Langkawi. The hypothesis formulate is as follows. Hypothesis 1. Authenticity of heritage attraction has a significant relationship on intention to visit among domestic tourists. Hypothesis 2. Novelty of heritage attraction has a significant relationship on intention to visit among domestic tourists.
Research method. First is pilot study. Pilot study is a small test survey. We will do the pilot study at small places just to ensure that gain the feedback. Next is instrument. We use questionnaire. For the sampling technique, we use simple random technique. And last, for the data analysis, we use descriptive analysis answer the what happened by summarizing past data. Okay, next is findings or data analysis. This chapter represents the patterns and analysis of results which are relevant to research question and hypothesis. An online survey was conducted from May 2021 to 22 July 2021. Questionnaire was used as a data gathering method and the questionnaire was distributed via digital online platform. A total of 100 participants participate in the survey and the results were analyzed using SPSS software version 26. The demographic profile of the respondent has been identified in section A of the questionnaire. The first descriptive analysis being conducted on the first question in the questionnaire, which is the gender of the respondent. The majority of the respondents were 64% for females and 36% for 36 males out of 100 respondents. Okay, for the age, the highest percentage of respondents fell in the youngest age group between the age group of 20 to 30 years old, which constitute of 78%, which is 78 respondents. The oldest age group of above 41 years old carried the lowest percentage at 2%, which is 2 respondents. The remaining age group of 31 to 40 years old, which is eldest, carried a percentage of 20%, which is 20 respondents. Okay, next is education level. For the education level, there is 6 specific level, which is SPM, STPM or diploma, degree, master, PhD and others. The majority of respondents are studying in degree with 47%, which is 47 respondents. Besides that, 29% from 29 respondents were education in level STPM or diploma. In addition, 16% from 16 respondents were from SPM level. Next, for PhD level, there are 5% from 5 respondents, while master level there are 2% from 2 respondents, and lastly, the education level for others is only 1%, which is 1 respondent. Okay, lastly is time have visited heritage attraction. The option given were 1 to 2 times, 3 to 4 times, more than 5 times and never. The answer to the question showed that big part of the respondent has been made frequency of time visited is from 1 to 2 times, which 38% from 38 respondents. The lowest number of respondents, which is 12% from 12 respondents, were selected frequency never visited at the places. Opposite of 32% from 32 respondents and 18% from 18 respondents choose 3 to 4 times and more than 5 times frequency times visited. Okay, for the table, the tourist internal motivation of visiting and revisit heritage tourism attraction in Langkawi. It shows the descriptive analysis the tourist internal motivation of visiting and revisit heritage tourism attraction in Langkawi. Based on the researcher question that given for the respondent, there are 3 questions getting the highest score recorded, which is 51% from 51 respondents. 4 strongly agree. It is from question of the respondent visit the heritage destination at Langkawi to relaxation, thinks heritage has an excellent social interaction between local people and tourists, and lastly, respondents visit the heritage destination to gain their knowledge. Next table shows the relationship between intention to visit and revisit of tourists to a heritage attraction in Langkawi. The frequency of respondents for the statement visiting a heritage destination will contribute to my knowledge show the higher percentage from the others question. There were 60 respondents choose strongly agree with a percentage 60%. Meanwhile, the lowest number of respondents was 14 respondents, which is 14%, choose neutral. The second highest is agree, which is 26 respondents and recorded 26%.
For the conclusion, which this study it can attract tourists to come and travel to heritage areas in Langkawi. With the increase in tourists to the heritage area, it is certain that the party will repair the existing facilities to maintain the uniqueness of the place. Among the implications that can be attributed to influx of tourists in heritage areas will be able to help improve the economy sector in Langkawi. For example, tourists come for shopping because Langkawi is a duty-free area. Among the limitations that we have to face is the lack of cooperation respondent. This is because since COVID-19 hit Malaysia has made all community movement limited to tourism activities. Therefore, tourists who have not been to Langkawi for a long time have certainly forgotten the uniqueness and originality found there. This has made it difficult for us to get as many respondents as possible. Therefore, we only got 100 respondents who had the opportunity to answer our survey question.